This is a triangle I built. But when I show you from a different angle, you will find that it is completely different from the original shape. This phenomenon is called an optical illusion. It seems that there are many such structures. So today, I'm going to be on this server, build 17 different optical illusions. Finally, I will display them in the museum I built. In this way, I spent a period of time. First, an artificial island was created. My next plan is to build one on this island. The most iconic optical illusion as an entrance to the museum. So after I did some searching on the internet, I found this picture. This is a staircase that looks like an endless loop. If you use this optical illusion as a landmark building of the museum, then the steps above give us enough space for later transformation. After deciding to build this optical illusion, I first went to the server machine to get a lot of stones, and then build this wireless staircase on the island. But I can't see the full effect here. But how about when I get to a certain angle? Guys, this infinite staircase is not bad, but it's just right opening. We have 16 more Shisu angles to build after building the landmark building of the museum. Next, I'm going to create an entrance for the museum. I intend to continue digging down from the highest column of the infinite staircase. Build the internal walls into a rainbow pattern. The museum is arranged underground, so when you enter the museum, you can also enjoy a visual impact. I went to the concrete to pick up enough material. Now, let's start building it. So after a while, our entrance is also built. So let me take you to experience it. The feeling of entering the museum from here, you can pay more attention to my heart. I don't know if you can see it. This portal also contains an optical illusion. When you enter the museum and fall from a high place, more the visual impact of the rainbow lines next to it. More important is the floor below. If you were there when I was falling, they're staring at this black carpet, then you will have a sense of upward prominence. I don't know if you can see the effect of this optical illusion, but it's okay if you don't see it, because we have 15 more optical illusions to build. After jumping off the top, this is our museum hall. Of course, this hall also takes me a lot of time to design and build. Then my next plan for this museum, it starts in this hall. Go straight ahead to a corridor, and the left and right sides of the corridor are the illusions we're going to build. After the overall planning is done, I built a section along the hall first. Let me show you, this is the overall style of our next corridor. After completing the design of the corridor, I then spent some time, created the museum's first test illusion. Guys, I'm on the move now. Can you feel the dinosaur watching you? So the inspiration for this optical illusion, this head will keep an eye on your dinosaur. Maybe someone has seen it in reality. But this optical illusion, this temporary statue, is the first exhibit in our museum. After completing the first optical illusion, I went on to build the museum's second optical illusion. So this is a skeleton statue that I built. Also, I keep moving, but here's the difference. This time, his eyes were fixed on me. Compared to the previous optical illusion, maybe some viewers didn't see the effect of dinosaurs, but the effect of this skeleton will be more obvious. You should have seen it at a glance, right? But anyway, my next optical illusion to build will absolutely destroy your brain. This will be an unprecedented optical illusion. The visual effect will be super shocking. That's right, everybody. This is the super large illusion I built. Okay, I just made a joke. But can you see any difference between these two workbenches? I think you should have noticed. This workbench up here, it will be a little bigger than workbench below. But this is not what I put on later. I can still open the workbench normally. But when I look at it from a different angle, you can find out. It's just that I put a floating workbench. Its principle is actually because the one below looks like the floor of a chessboard, resulting visual error. In reality, there are many optical illusions made by using this principle. For example, these two look different in height, but actually equal rooms. They all use this principle. After completing the construction of this rate of fire, I went on to construct the next optical illusion. So this is a table that I built, but only from this perspective. Here's a table, because when I move sideways a little bit, you can see that the tabletop and the table legs are actually separate. But I feel like there's more to this optical illusion. So I spent some more time. A villager was brought from a nearby village. How's it going? Now, everyone, let's look at this optical illusion. Will it be a little more interesting? I'm looking forward to it. How will my friend react when he sees this trial and error later? As for why this villager can float, because I made a transparent square material bag. Let the server put it on the server. So we have completed 6 optical illusions so far. Before I start the next optical illusion, I want to ask everyone, have you ever seen an ape in my world? I don't think most of the players have seen it. And then I'm going to use optical illusions. Let you build a complete circle in my world. This is a flat optical illusion that I created. And the circle I'm talking about is on this. So, do you see it? There are 3 complete circles on this wall. But if you zoom in and look closely, you'll find that the patterns are not actually connected. So the principle of this is that our brains go through the information we already have, automatically fill out a complete circle. If you succeed in seeing the circle, that means I've managed to trick your brain. And the next optical illusion I'm going to build would have the same effect. Then, the structure of this pigment angle is relatively simple. Its prototype comes from this picture. Now focus your attention on my heart. If you keep looking at my heart, no accident. You should see gray dots at each cross. Then the principle that forms this point is, the brain uses concentration to fill in gaps in the resulting picture of the same construction. And this one, but here's the difference. If you look at this picture, there will be a lot of black dots flashing. After completing these two optical illusions, my next build is, this delusion will hypnotize your boss. Give me a little attention, okay? Obviously, I don't have that ability. But if you think the video is good, please pay attention to me. Help me reach the 400,000 followers achievement so the next optical illusion possible. I use the map to show you. I'll go to the concrete base first with black, red, blue, and green content to an empty area. So here's what I'm gonna do. Fill the whole map with this pattern. After a period of time, I succeeded in building this picture of the Earth. Then I went back to the museum. Put these maps in the room where the illusion of shooting is displayed. Okay everyone, how do you feel about this effect? Now, every time I move this wall, we'll have different visual changes, but this can only be seen from a distance. Because if you get too close, you will get dizzy. Besides, I think this optic can't be seen at first sight. Otherwise, there's no sense of sweat. I also added a piston moving. After that, I showed my friends just let them stand here, and then I pull this lever when this door opens, so they can see this optical illusion. Next optical illusion I'll build. This is the piece of glass in front of us. The effect I want to give up is make it look like there's a big space inside. This may sound a little fantastic, but it's easy to do, is to dig a huge hole behind this glass. Okay, I finally tried a better size. This effect looks pretty good. I went on to decorate the interior, so this shooter character's current favorite outside the glass. It's an ordinary display room, but in the space of a pane of glass, there's another world hidden. It's like a greenhouse. I think this greenhouse is perfect for another bed. Just recently, Bluebox contacted, introduce, and recommend their products to me. After reading their introductions, I decided to build a bed with a Bluebox Z1 here. Just imagine, when it's snowing heavily outside, it's the only place that keeps a constant temperature. Lie here on the bed. Feel the wrapping of the mattress on your body. Happy to think about it. So far, 10 German data buildings have been built here. From the outside of the museum, to the entrance to the museum. And then there is an optical illusion in every room. But then the optical illusions, because of size, we're going into this portal to build. But people are looking at this portal now. Does it feel normal? But when I get closer, that's right, guys, it's just a doorframe. And behind this doorframe, there is a transmission hall. Then, this portal is the last of the shooting illusions here. But before I get to the next 4 illusions, I have another thing to do. I came to the outside of the museum. Now all I have to do is decorate this infinite staircase. Because every time I go back to the museum after taking the materials, I feel that this wireless staircase has more room for optimization. After I conceived it, I think he can take every step, decorate it into different lineages of my world. But there are 63 species in my world. If I had to choose, this will waste a lot of time for me who has a difficult choice, so I just made a lottery system. Let the system help me decide which one to build. I pulled out all the formations I was going to build in one breath. So the first formation one built was the Dongniu. I went to Dongniu to collect the corresponding construction materials. The formation was reproduced. This is the first step. I also built an igloo here. The entrance to the museum is integrated here. It feels pretty good. The formation to be built on the next step is the last. I collected the last stone and obsidian in the last. When the time comes, this formation will be reproduced. But if I want to restore it, I will restore it to the truth. So I went to hell to collect the tears of evil spirits, synthesized the end of the crystal. Then he brought the dragon egg. So now look at it. This person is really like a miniature version of the end of the land. Then the same steps are repeated for the remaining steps. It took me a while, built up the rest of the formation. Then this is the final product of the infinite staircase. What do you think of this effect? After finishing the decoration of the infinite staircase, then let's go back to the museum. Start preparing for the next illusion building. Now let's enter the portal to a brand new pavilion. So this is the second exhibition hall of our 4 illusion museum. You can see that this exhibition hall is much more exquisite than the first one. It took me a long time to design this. And then because the next one is the bigger illusion, it's not very beautiful to build directly here. Unlike the first exhibition hall, there is also a portal in the display room here. So through this portal, you can go straight to our first optical illusion. So now we go down this hole. You can see that this is an illusion. Can you see it? Now the wall is slowly rising. I move up and down this ladder. This wall will also have a telescopic effect of moving up and behind this optical illusion. As you can see, it's like a... Of course, because this search is relatively simple. It didn't take much time to build. Let's move on to the next optical illusion. Then the second optical illusion is the chair in front of us. I'm going to give you a moment to look at this optical illusion. Guys, can you find the structure of this chair? Now I'm moving forward a little bit. So let's look at this chair again. Have you noticed that the back of this chair has changed its direction? That's right. In fact, the back of the chair I showed you at the beginning is in the wrong direction. I think this is an illusion. It's the most interesting one so far. What do you think? After the construction of this chair, we enter the third portal. So the third thing I'm going to build is the illusion. Maybe it reminds you of a game, Monument Valley. The effect I want to build, make it look like a triangle in an infinite loop. I tried to build it in the game first, but it always feels a little strange. So I went on to add some embellishments to the optical illusion. So this is the finished product of the third optical illusion, home with this house. I feel the effect of this connection is much better. I also added some trees to it. Makes this Penrose triangle look a little richer. After completing this search volume, they came to the fourth portal. So the house in front of us is the optical illusion in the fourth portal. So have you found any clues about this house? But as soon as I move the mouse, we're out of this illusion. I don't know if you have seen or played that kind of horizontal my world. This is an illusion. What I want to show is that effect. But anyway, after completing the transverse projection illusion, I'm going to start building the penultimate museum. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. I need to get on the ground and build. The location of the construction of the shooting illusion has been modified. And then build this optical illusion here. So the effect of this firing rate perception is to make it look like there's a hole in the ground that goes straight into the void. You think I built this optical illusion? Does it achieve this effect? Now, when you finish this hole, we finally arrived at the last portal, as the last exhibit in this museum. Choose a very classic illusory pattern to build. And it's also because it inspired me for this project. It all comes from a book I haven't read before. An atlas on the illusion of trial. So the trial illusion that I built, it's the first page of this atlas. While looking at this optical illusion, just look in the middle. It's just an ordinary cup, but move your attention to the background. What you see are two faces. So this is the last trial and error game of our museum. We have now completed the construction of 17 Rate of Fire. Start by entering the museum. The illusion of trial is everywhere. So at the end of this video, I originally wanted to invite my good friend to visit. I built the 4 Illusion Museum, but unfortunately, he's been cutting videos in seclusion recently. We can't invite him. So that's what this video is all about. If you like my video, please don't forget to pay attention to me. See you in the next video. Bye, bye, bye.